Hello, everybody, and welcome back to ECC Season 9 Division 3 playoffs. If you missed the last match that was on stream, Incendia and Inferno came out the winners in that one with a 4-1 scoreline. They did lose game one, but then they came back and they played absolutely incredibly, and they now find themselves against Disconnected in the lower bracket final. Of course, the winner of this does go up into Division 2. I am not alone in the casting booth right now, though. It is not broken that I am joined by. It is indeed the legend himself, Dennis.
Yes, thank you very much. Division 3 playoffs. It's going to be the very first match I'm going to cast in these playoffs. But nonetheless, of course, not the first match being played today. We have seen both teams playing already today. First, Disconnected losing with a 4-2 against Phoenix and Inferno. But still, this Disconnected eSports Lambda, still number 1 seed going into Division 3 playoffs. While on the other side, we see Incendia Inferno with a lot of momentum coming out of the last series against All Unified, losing the very first game, but winning all the 4 after, winning that series in game number 5. Now loser bracket round 2, loser bracket final, you could say, to get into the grand finals. And of course, the winner of this game will go to Division 2, and the loser will still have a chance to go into Division 2, but they need to win in their promotion relegation match. So everything to play for, and everything to play for in this lower bracket final to go into the grand final against Phoenix Inferno.
Yes, of course. Like you mentioned there, the winners doesn't just go into Division 2, they do go into the grand final as well, but only one can go through in this best of 7 series, the lower bracket final. Disconnected versus Incendia Inferno. We are underway here in game 1. Disconnected are going to look to get off to an early start here, trying to carry this ball forward. It is up. Big pinch coming out there. Oh my god, what on earth is that for a start?
71?
That's unreal.
Alright, this is not really how I predicted Division 3 playoffs, for me to start at least, but that is an interesting start. Disconnected eSports with a great pinch, 171 kph, and that is a banging start to say the least of this series.
I cannot believe that is the opening goal in the lower bracket Division 3 final. That was absolutely unreal. They're going to look to get another one forward here. The pass into the middle. Ryan is there, but the shot just coming off the crossbar. Zandam is there, playing the ball forward, open it to shoot it. It is on target, and 31 seconds gone. This could be a goal fest. It is 1-1 now in this game. Unreal.
I mean, I think after they go from Disconnected, I do think they became a little bit too confident after the great pinch they had. Well, they left the net right open. Easy goal there for Incendia Inferno, equalizing in this game only after 31 seconds played. 1 on the board for each team here in game number 1. Like you said, a goal fest is to be expected in this series, as he followed in the corner, tried to get past on DC and his teammate actually being there in the same corner. Another demo, we see Incendia Inferno playing a lot on the demos. If I believe so, they played on a lot of demos last series as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, but seems like this is their tactic. It is a tactic to just demo a lot, play aggressive. 1 minute in this game, we already see some demos, some aggression coming out of this Incendia side.
Yes, just over a minute gone. The shot coming out there from Zandam, but the Ryan save comes in onto his own backboard there, though. Zandam touches away, so the danger isn't still there for Disconnected. But it is now back in their own half, trying to get the ball into the middle. It was Vexil with the carry. DC onto that sidewall, looking to carry forward. Goes for the flick reset. He does get the touch, but it's an easy save. It just dropped too low. They are carrying it away again. Disconnected into the middle. Ryan with the 50, and that is the epitome of a perfect 50 there. 2-1. Now they find themselves ahead again.
Yeah, another goal I would not expect coming out from that position. Just like the first goal from Disconnected, after the pinch, now they have a great 50 in the corner, it seemed like. Till goes in straight away, no one else from Disconnected even needed to get the ball into the goal. It was just after the 50 from Ryan, it just landed into the goal of Incendia Inferno. But now I again see a demo. It's not working out really. I send them to shoot it on the crossbar. Again, a demo. Vexel is just going for all those demos. I do believe he's already got like 4 or 5 in this game, only 2 minutes in. And this guy, oh, he's out for some victory. So many demos coming out already. We know his place already in game number 1.
Yeah, and there's another bump coming out there from DC, but thankful for Disconnected. Fluid was there to follow up. Touch into the middle. Zandam gets the touch away. DC now with the follow-up, trying to play it past the defensive players disconnected on the receiving end. DC with a bump. Ball needs to go into the middle. Vexel and Ryan with a 50. Another brilliant 50 coming out there from Ryan. Beating DC as well. Zandon with the touch, but Mark there was there already, but missing out on that one. Fluid with the touch into Mark. Mark now trying to play it forward. Ryan is there. Vexel and Ryan bumping heads. Vexel sending it away now in the disconnected half, playing it back forward. Ryan with another good touch here, trying to play it away. DC with another touch, back pass to Fluid. Vexel and Zandem, just a bit of communication issues there. Vexel seemed to have it covered, but Zandem played it past him, trying to get it away again, but two of the disconnected players were there ready to play that one away. Mark back into his own corner again, back into his own half. He's done that a couple times now, air dribbling away. DC with the 50, Fluid there as well. Fluid again, still going for that ball, missing out, zero boost. Ryan with the touch now into the Incendia half. Still 2-1 with 1 minute and 45 seconds left. Will there be another goal in this one, or will it stay as it is?
Well, we are seeing quite a lot of double commits coming out of the Incendia Inferno side. You know, these double commits are not really going to help you to get that second goal for you in this game. They need the equalizer, but so far we haven't really seen that much offense from Incendia Inferno either. Just that single goal right off the disconnected goal. First goal, I have to say, but now 1 minute 20 seconds, we haven't seen much offense from them. Now maybe DC has an attempt to go for the shot, but it will be cleared out. Wasn't a great shot either, to be fair, but now we see disconnected going for something. Not touched by Mark. Oh my, that was a great 50 by him. Read his opponent perfectly, but couldn't quite get it into the goal. Just bounced off the backboard. Now Mark tries to go for the assist nonetheless, but DC will just clear it away. 1 minute to go. And Incendia Inferno desperately looking for that goal. Another demo coming out. This time not by Vels, but this time it will be by DC. Incendia Inferno, they tried to get the goal here as Mark just delays that really well actually. 45 seconds to go. Vexel tries to go for yet another demo. This time it's not working out. It is an air dribble though by Mark as the ball now bounces off the backboard. Sandem needs to clear it out. He does indeed. He now bounces off the side. Will Sandem can't get a second touch though. Now it's well going towards the opposition's corner. 30 seconds to go. Disconnected still with a 1-goal lead. And still Incendia Inferno lacking in offense.
Yeah, they are trying their absolute hardest. There's just a few touches that they're missing out on. Vexel trying to play that one up. DC is there. Vexel trying to get the shot. The shot was close from DC. Almost an own goal coming out there from Mark. And if he was on the Incendia Inferno side, you'd be saying, wow, what an assist that is. But no, he's just run himself into danger. Tried to get the pinch away. And Zandem equalizes with 11 seconds left.
I mean, like you mentioned, a really, really good pass. Not by a team of Incendia Inferno. No, it will be just by Mark, the opponent. As it is a really creative way to set up that goal, the second goal for Incendia Inferno. Like I mentioned, they're desperately looking for the second goal. Maybe a third one will happen here. And Vexel will get this game number 1 with that. And Incendia Inferno, against the run of play, will win this game number 1.
How about that for an ending to this game? Lower bracket final. Game 1 goes to Incendia. They were gifted the second goal, the equaliser, with 11 seconds left. And with 0 seconds on the border, buzzer beater coming out there. It was Zandem with the goal, I do believe. He found a shot straight through the throat of the defenders, and they take the game. There was some really good pressure from both teams. 5 shots coming out from Zandem, definitely hitting the target. The polar opposite to last game. He had plenty of chances, but none of which were finding their way towards the net. However, 2 of his shots did find their way in the back of the net and disconnected. They played well for the majority of that game, and they just fell apart with seconds left.
Yeah, most definitely. After the second goal from Incendia Inferno, you know, I would imagine that game would went to an overtime, but nonetheless, still Incendia Inferno on the 0-second mark. Yeah, deciding that game number 1, a 3-2 for Incendia Inferno in this game number 1 of a best-of-7 series of goals. But yeah, it's a little bit, Mark, he had a chance to, prevent this all. Just a little bit unlucky from him to, get that assist to one of his opponents. Incendia Inferno player was just waiting there in the middle, and that mistake from Mark came out from disconnected. And there it was a free net for Incendia Inferno, equalized, and then straight after 3-2. Well, a little bit unlucky here for disconnected eSports in game number 1. But game number 2, of course, is still a long way to go for Incendia Inferno to win this series after all. It was pretty tight, honestly, and I would even say Disconnected had the upper hand in that game. But nonetheless, they couldn't quite get it to the end of the game. They had the lead, the one goal lead, rather. But in the end, it just wasn't enough. A good comeback from Incendia Inferno, but this time it needs to be Disconnected that needs to come back, because in the end, Incendia Inferno yet to get an early goal in this game number 2.
17 seconds in, Zandem with the assist. Just a couple too many defensive mishaps there from Disconnected. DC finds himself with the goal, and Incendia now 1-0 up in not just this game but the series too, after taking that first game. They would love to win this game too, I'm sure. Two players there, Fluid and Ryan, going for that shot, but it does get saved. Zandem tried to take it over Mark, but he is there ready to receive it. Drop down to Vexil. Vexil trying to pass it across there to Zandem. DC now attempting to put the pressure on, fake challenging out. Ryan just sitting on the boost. Fluid was there for the 50s. Zandem now trying to play it forward again, but Mark was there on the midfield line. Like we have seen him many times, just stopping the counter attack before they even have the chance to attack. Fluid trying to pinch this one up. It does go up, but not enough danger. Mark with another touch up to the side. Vexil with a comfortable clearance. Ryan turning to this one, but getting beaten by his own teammate there, Mark. That's a couple times where Mark has made a few mistakes now in this series. And needs to try and challenge. Leaves it to Ryan, and Vexil with the save. Some good pressure now coming out from Disconnected, finding the shot, and another save being made there, this time by Zandem. Just over a minute and a half now, 2 minutes and a half now, sorry, gone in this game, but it is still 1-0 after the early goal to Disconnected.
Still 1-0. Vexil tries to drop it down here to one of his teammates, or maybe just going for himself, but couldn't quite get a hit there, as we now see. But in the corner of Disconnected, Fluid not need to get it. Takes control of this ball, tries to get past one. BC is there, solid defense by him. Mark gets it into the middle. Two players look like from Disconnected rushing to it, and I've seen that quite a couple of times already, where we see two people from the same team going for the same ball, which is of course seen as a double commit, and it's not only from Disconnected. I've seen it from the Incendia Inferno as well. Maybe that's just a little bit lack of trust in your teammate, and definitely in a stage like this, Division 3 playoffs, it is so tight between these both teams. You need to have the trust in your teammate. You can't win a game by yourself, and you just need to trust your teammate in getting the ball. But now, approaching half time, we still see Incendia Inferno 1-0 up, trying to make it 2 here. Vexil going for the flip reset. It will be defended. Send them a little bit of time to work with, but Flood will be there to clear the ball out. Flood again towards the right side, finds his teammate Ryan. Ryan pops it up, Flood maybe with a hit. It will be Vexil with the save though. Mark into the corner. Vexil takes it off his own backboard. Gets to the right side of the field, up to the sidewall. What can he do with it? 36 boost to work with. Flood is there to beat him out to the ball. DC towards the left side, beats his opponent. Sandem goes off the sidewall, beats his opponent with the ball as well though, as Vexil goes for the shot, but it will be Flood having a really easy clear there. It looks like it's pretty open net. Ryan, I don't know what you're really doing there, but it will be the second goal of Incendia Inferno.
Yeah, it's the second goal in the second game now. It seemed comfortable enough for Ryan to deal with. Zandem didn't really get the best of passes into the middle, but Ryan turned and took the long way around. He should have just camped where he was, and because of that, DC has found himself on the scoreboard again. 2 assists for Zandem, 2 goals, for DC in game 2. It's a round of 2s right now for Incendia Inferno. They're doing so well. Just to mention, they could also find their second win of the series in this game, but it is currently Disconnected trying to attack, but they don't get the ball forward. Instead it goes back into their own half. A big touch from Zandem onto the corner wall. Vexil there touching it into the middle, a miss coming out. DC with the touch, Zandem down now in the middle, trying to flick it. He does get it through, needs to get a touch into the middle again. Vexil there, Ryan there, 50 is made contact from DC now. So many chances to try and find the goal there, but none of them found their way into the back of the net. Fluid now trying to counter Zandem with an incredibly important touch, and that's a huge boom from DC. Double touch coming on, big save from Mark. Vexil now, demo from Zandem. Ryan got demoed in the process. Fluid chasing Zandem, trying to get that one into the middle. Another huge touch from DC. It's a 1v1. He gets the big flick. Mark with the save again. He was very quick up to that one, like he has been for many balls in this series, not just this game. Ryan faking that one out. Fluid with the touch, Zandem with the save. 40 seconds left in this game. 2-0 to Incendia. Will there be any more goals for them, or will they be on the receiving end, or will it stay the exact same as it is? It's been a good performance from both of these teams, Dennis.
But so far, it really looks like Incendia and Inferno are, the team that plays the strongest there. And just to remind you, it's seed number 1 playing against seed number 4. So the highest seed against the lowest seed here in playoffs. And while it's actually Incendia and Inferno being the last seed in this playoffs, and Disconnected being the first seed. So, you would say it would have been, quite just, turned around here in this series so far, as Disconnected will probably dominate this series based on seeding, that is. But, well, nonetheless, it will be Incendia and Inferno taking also the second game, this time a little bit more convincingly, as it will be Disconnected still getting 1 goal on the scoreboard, but that will just be for the statistics, as Incendia and Inferno will get this game number 2 win as well, getting themselves 2 games up, and that is a huge, huge victory for them here.
Is a very big victory. Incendia and Inferno, like I said, the round of 2's game 2, they got the win, and they are now 2-0 up in the series after scoring 2 goals. DC getting the both of them, Zandem assisting the both of them. Vexil was very strong at the back though. 3 saves, 2 his name. We're moving on to game 3. Obviously, still no match point. Is a best of 7. The lower bracket final, as it stands, Incendia will be the team going through. They are playing so well right now. Disconnected, just not doing enough. Too many defensive errors coming out on their part. They did get the goal with 0 seconds left, but it was just a consolation in this one. Will it continue in the same way? Obviously, the defensive errors need to stop coming from Disconnected, but attacking-wise, Dennis, what do they need to do? What do they need to do to sort it out? To be honest, guys, I'm not too sure whether it is just Dennis that is muted or if you guys can hear me too, but Ross, he is muted. There we go, he's back now. He's unmuted.
Okay, sorry lads, I was muted here for quite some time, I think. So I was giving my 2000 IQ analysis, right? We need to see we need to see this disconnected esports side. First of all, making less mistakes in defense, because, well, in last game we have seen some, quite a lot of, mistakes in defense from them. But also in offense, we haven't really seen any passing plays from them. Maybe that's not needed now, as we see in the solo attempt here by Mark. But we need to see some more passing plays to see them going into the lead. Maybe some solo plays help us out. DC now will get the save though. But we see some disconnected esports, offenses going now, which we didn't really see in the last game, to be fair.
Yeah, we didn't see it. They're starting off with some incredibly early pressure. 2 shots early on, and Ryan was trying to find the demo so that they could find practically an open net to shoot in. Zandem, though, this time trying to take it away. Ryan with a huge touch into the middle, going himself again. The touch is there. DC there to make the save, though, fairly comfortable in the end. Mark, though, this time attempted to show off his mechanical skill, going for the flip reset, but didn't get it. Ryan versus Zandem and Fluid. Thankfully for Disconnected, Ryan got the demo. DC is waiting, gets the touch down. Is anybody there? It was only Mark for Disconnected to clear that one away. Zandem trying to pinch that one, and he gets a very good touch to it. DC beating Fluid. Now, ball looking to go into the middle. Another big interception coming out there, trying to flick away, but only as far as Zandem, who sends it straight back into that disconnected half. A very high touch there from DC. Ryan trying to get the clear now. Just a huge shot forward there from Zandem. Did pick up the boost on his way through. Vexil in the 50 with Fluid. Mark now up for that one. Big touch there from DC. It is dropping just off target. Ryan got the touch anyways. Ryan needs to get another touch to this one. Vexil 50 into the middle. Net is there. They're faking that one out. I'm not too sure what Mark was doing. Maybe he thought Fluid had the better touch on that one, so he just left it to him. Vexil with another big boom. We're seeing a lot of just straightforward passes forward here from Incendia, and another one coming out. DC following up his own shot on target. Mark making the save in that one, nearly off the post. That time Vexil nearly finding its way in. Another high touch there. Half of the game gone in this game 3, and it is still 0-0. Plenty of pressure for both of these sides.
Yeah, we see the ball being banged a lot in this game so far, and not really a game plan being used by one of these teams, just banging the ball forwards. Well, for both of these teams, actually, it almost worked, but, we still see a scoreless game here in this game number 3. Of course, Incendia Inferno having that 2-game lead here, going into game number 3. 2 minutes to go, disconnected. Need to win this game pretty much, because otherwise they need to perform a reverse sweep to still make a chance to get into the grand final. DC now pops the ball into the middle. Mark needs to get it. He does so quite creatively, to be honest, but will still end up here in front of Vexil. There's now a free shot attempt. Sandem can't really get any contact with the ball. Well, he could, but was just not having enough power to go towards the goal. As now the ball is being played out for now. Mark on the sidewall will try to get it. DC annoys him really, really well there. Vexil goes all by himself. Can he get a double? Can he do it? No, it will be Zenda with the shot, with the save it on Merc. 1.5 minutes to go. That was definitely a big chance. I think the biggest chance of this game so far. Incendia Inferno nearly getting a lead once again in this series. But this time it will still remain scoreless. 1 minute, 20 seconds to go. Zandam, and as I say, they're 1-0 for Incendia Inferno. And Disconnected eSports, a mountain to climb from now on.
There is the goal. 1 minute and 20 seconds left. A huge bump and a huge pass coming out from Vexil. Played incredibly well in this game. Nearly found himself with a goal himself, but no, he does get the assist in this one. 1-0 now to Incendia Inferno. Fluid looking to get the double on this one. He does get it just off the post. Ryan not high enough to get that one down. Zander tried to pass the DC touch onto the backboard. Fluid with a huge touch away though. Ryan trying to send it back to Fluid. It is in the middle. Mac needs to get up to this one. He misses out on that one again. Fluid now carrying this one up onto the sidewall. Vexil there trying to touch again. Ryan, all of these disconnected players seem to be too close together. Vexil trying to bump again. Zandem gets the flick back to Vexil. Shot on target. And Zandem eventually passes coming out from this Incendia side. 2-0 now in this game. Huge plays there from Vexil and Zandem. That was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, the passing plays, I talked about them already. We need to see Disconnected doing them more, but instead it is Incendia Inferno. They are the better team as of yet, but this time it will be a kickoff goal though. Disconnected straight after the beautiful goal from Incendia Inferno, getting them the second goal. It will be Disconnected eSports. Lambda getting the first goal of this game, their first goal of this game, straight from the kickoff goal.
It's rather unfortunate that a kickoff goal, you don't like to concede them, but Disconnecting now do have some momentum going into the final few seconds of this game. Zander playing that one up. DC with another touch into the corner. Is anyone there for Incendia? No, it's just Mark here for Disconnected. Vexil with a touch though to put that one out. Fluid, last man back. DC with a touch, can't get a shot from here, missing out on that one. All these players bumping into each other, just no organisation right now from Disconnected. DC left with an open net, no boost to do anything. Vexil with the shot on target, another save coming out there from Fluid. DC going up to cut this one out onto the corner, into the middle. Mark with the touch up to Ryan, the shot coming on. Vexil needs to make the save. He does do fairly comfortably. 3 seconds now, 0 seconds left on the clock. It is there. Ryan with the touch. Fluid now trying to follow this one up. He sends it down. Shot coming out. Zander with the save. Still bouncing up. Ryan keeping it up there, just doing their absolute hardest to try and keep themselves in the game. But Incendia take the win. Zandem dropping that one down. 3-0 in the series. 2-1 on the scoreline. Zandem with both the goals again. Another very good performance. Vexil with the 2 assists again, and DC this time adopting a more defensive role, trying to stop the counter-attacks from coming. And Disconnected, they have a job on their hands now. They need to win the next 4 in a row if they want to complete the reverse sweep, whereas Incendia, they have won 3 in a row. They only need 1 more to get the clean sweep. Will it happen, or will Disconnected come back and take the series? I mean, as it stands, I have to say Disconnected are out of it. It's all over, but you can never say it's over till it's over.
Yeah, definitely. We have to see Disconnected, playing a little bit more than they're doing now, playing a little bit more to their best, because so far, it hasn't really looked like they are number 1 seed going into this playoffs. Of course, number 1 in league play, but nothing to be seen of that, because probably they will be knocked out after this series against Incendia Inferno. So definitely, disconnected esports and Lambda, they need to step it up a little bit. And Incendia Inferno, if they keep doing what they're doing like the last 3 games, then definitely they will win this series quite convincingly. Disconnected, they are playing a little bit, maybe, maybe a little bit panicky. We have seen quite a lot of double commits, not really a game plan. They're just rushing everything. When they see the ball, they go for the ball, which could be a good, strategy, but they need to have some game plan to use the strategy, because so far it hasn't really, worked out for them. 3 game losers in a row. Now they have left now in this playoffs. It's a reverse sweep to go into the grand final. Will it happen? Probably not, because they haven't really played that well, but of course that's what a reverse sweep is for. In game 3, games 1, 2, 3, they have, maybe proved us wrong, and maybe game 4 till 7 will be completely different. If disconnected esports Lambda, it's all on them. Can they make a reverse sweep happen? Will Incendia Inferno go away with a clean sweep after this game number 4?
30 seconds gone. There could be an early chance here. Fluid trying to finish it off. Mark just off of that right hand post, trying to go for it again. Not a lot of boost to work with. Ryan with the touch this time. Again, Mark with no boost. Open net here to shoot in, but Ryan gets back. Low boost again for this disconnected team. Fluid this time again. 0 boost. He needs to pick up this mid boost now. He doesn't do it after Xander just steals it from him. Somebody needs to put the pressure on now. Vexil does get the touch. Mark back into the middle, but it is only going to Zandem. Zandem trying to get the shot. Ryan there to send it away, trying to get an attack going now. Disconnected, playing it into the middle, but Zandem away, just again playing it back into that disconnected corner, trying to get the 50 on target. DC, another high touch coming out from him, sent back down by the opposition. Ryan, DC with a good touch, 2 players there. Ryan and Fluid do eventually make the save, but Vexil with the shot just off target. Will DC try and go for this one? He is left thinking about the counter-attack that could have come out from disconnected there. They nearly found themselves with a goal, and Vexil making a save, nearly finding themselves conceding now. Sent forward again, disconnected on the receiving end. Vexil trying to play it in. Ryan with a very good touch. Zandem taking it away from him. Good 50 there again from Ryan, though. Fluid just waiting patiently for that one. 3 minutes left. Some good pressure there for Incendia, but not come away with anything.
Not yet. Now we see maybe a chance here for Vexil, but it will be cleared away for now by disconnected esports Lambda. Mark going all by himself. Vexil needs to get it out, and he does indeed. Really consistent play, to be honest. Vexil for Division 3 standards. I haven't really seen him make any mistakes so far. Now Mark needs to get it out. He gets it into his own corner. Picks up the 100 boost as well. Beats out Zandem because of that. Mark still gets hit. Again, another double commit from disconnected esports. Ryan gets past his teammate here. Ryan gets it past his opponent as well. Goes for an infoot pass, but well read by DC to prevent the infoot pass from happening. To prevent the goal, because there was a player there from disconnected lurking to get the goal, but it was a DC player there. DC just, a really, really good player by him. Now we are here. Incendia Inferno trying to create something out of this. Flood missing the ball, and 2 players up for Incendia Inferno, leaving a little bit of space for the clear here for Ryan. Flood into the middle, tries to find one of his teams. Mark with the shot, but it wasn't powerful enough to send them into the goal. So nice to send them. Goes for an 8-foot pass up to DC. DC pops it over the bar. Flood will just clear it away from the backboard. Ryan maybe a little bit start to work with. Now Zandem will get it into the corner. Ball cleared away for now. DC, can he get it? Can he do something with this? Off the backboard, backflips, 40 boost to work with. Maybe, he just didn't want to spend any boost on the Ryan. We see a pre-jump coming. Ooh. Another, creative goal from disconnected. Well, that gives me a little bit of Game 1 vibes, a little bit, Game 1 flashbacks. Ryan getting into the middle, Mark with the pre-jump as well. Ryan in the end will get the reward for the goal, but in the end, disconnected will get the first goal of this game, and quite a creative one, I have to say.
Yeah, I was going to mention Game 1 5s. 7 seconds into this series, they scored a similar goal, a bit more powerful and a bit further down the pitch. Mark now trying to get the flip reset off that one. Vexil, though, couldn't get it away. Dropped down into their own midfield. Xander did get it to the side, but pressure is still on them. Ryan just playing it up towards them. Vexil with another clear, trying to counter-attack. Xander getting it up there, missing out on the touch. Ryan with the save. Vexil with the shot. Both of these players for disconnected just practically copying each other. Ryan bumped off of the ball. Vexil with the aggressive pressure there. Fluid needs to get the shot, misses out on that one too. High shot coming out again, and Ryan 2-0 now. 55 seconds left. Still game on. but they're looking much better.
Yeah, they definitely do. 2-0 up for disconnected esports. You know, in the end, Incendia Inferno, you know, throwing a little bit in defense. They don't really know what to do against the offense from disconnected. Well, of course, we haven't really seen that all series long. The pressure from disconnected. Maybe that's something that Incendia Inferno, after having won 3 games in a row, need to get used to. The pressure, the offense of disconnected esports. Mark popping his own teammate out of the way. He still gets over one. Ryan still goes for it. Gets it out. It definitely does not look like a team, honestly. Disconnected esports just having no trust for each other or whatsoever. I would see Zandem going up by himself off the backward, maybe to go for some equalizer here in this game. But they first need the first one, of course. Vexil into the corner, 0 boost to work with. Ryan just clears it out for now. Zandem will still try to get it into the middle. Mark, of course, he kind of just gave the ball away in the second game to lead to a goal for Incendia Inferno, but this time he will be very composed, getting the ball to his own teammate. Zandem now, as the time is ticking down. We are seeing disconnected, 2 goals up, finally taking a single game in this series. Zandem will still got a goal, but it will be too late to get a comeback for Incendia Inferno. Disconnected esports, finally we can see them taking 1 single game. It will still be a mountain to climb to, you know, still get the reverse sweep going in this series.
They do finally take a game. They took that game 2-1, 3-1 in the series. Are we about to see some reverse sweep territory from disconnected here? They were a much improved side there. They had 9 shots compared to Incendia's 4. But Incendia put up a very strong defense, very difficult to beat, very difficult to score against. I tell you what, if it carries on like that, then I can still see them taking the next game and taking the series. But disconnected, their attack was just absolutely ruthless. The defense still needs to improve a tiny bit. I feel like they're just not communicating enough. They're not trying their absolute hardest because absolutely we know how good they are. They're not just not showing it on stream right now. They're not showing it in this game. But showing signs that they can take the series, but still 3 games in a row difficult to do. And Incendia did well enough to do it themselves. 3-1 up in the series, still going into this next game. Game 5 now. Sorry, my apologies. Game 5 now in this game. 3-1 on the scoreline. We will be heading into that one now. Still 3-1 to Incendia. Inferno disconnected. They know what they need to do. They did it last game. Can they do it again?
Yeah, that's a big question there. Of course, disconnected esports, you know, on the verge of, you know, still getting knocked out of this tournament. It is still the lower bracket. It is a best of 7 series. We are here in game number 5 with a 3-1 lead for Incendia Inferno, taking the first 3 games of disconnected. A disconnected comeback is on the way, possibly. A first game finally here for them in game number 4. But this game number 5, they need to do the same. They need to start, going in this game number 5 where they left it off in game number 4. Well, of course, we saw Incendia Inferno taking the last goal of the game number 4. But this game number 5, disconnected esports hoping to do the same as they did in game number 4. And that's just winning, making goals, you know, making the Incendia Inferno defense look terrified, let them panic maybe a little bit. We've seen that in game number 4. We need to see that more, get some offensive pressure. And we definitely can see disconnected esports coming back in this series. But they need to do the same. They can't, do these double commits like you're doing here. Still Mark going for it, though, tries to go for a redirect, but it's not really happening. Incendia Inferno, though, still have the chance, the biggest chance of these 2 teams to take the series.
Yes, they definitely do. They only need 1 game now. They could be getting the first goal in this game. DC coming close, and Vexil just missing out on the follow-up. Back now, it's his turn to attack. Does get the shot. Will it find its way in? No, it doesn't. There is a big shot coming out there from Vexil and a big touch from Fluid. DC now trying to find the shot. Ryan on the backboard. We've seen him get unreal amounts of saves in this series. I'm sure that he has just shot his way up the rankings on the leaderboard and in the series leaderboard with the amount of saves he's had to make in this series. He's trying to now take it away, trying to carry, gets bumped in the process. Fluid now with the touch. DC into the middle, high off the backboard. Zandem was there ready to receive it, but they went together. Lack of communication, which disconnected seems to have. They're going together again. A big touch there from Vexil, high up to Zandem. Zandem back to Vexil. A big demo coming out from Zandem, and Vexil finds the back of the net. Just over a minute gone in this one. 1-0.
Yeah, great demo there from Zandem, flying out of the air, while the defender definitely did not see that one coming, as it is the first goal for Incendia Inferno. Vector with the shot, Zandem with the demo. 1-0 lead here for the Incendia side, the orange side, of course. Seed number 4,
Ooh.
2 goals up though against seed number 1. It is a match point still for the seed number 4, Incendia Inferno, trying to, well, not trying to, they actually got a banging start of this game, number 5. Disconnected, again, a lot to do, a lot of effort needs to get into this game to still win this game, because they're 2 goals down in only 1.5 minutes play.
Yeah, this isn't looking good here for Disconnected. They're going to try and on a special comeback here. They're trying to get the first goal in this game now, but that's a huge touch there from Vexel. The big boom into the corner from Zander. We've seen him do it multiple times, trying to get the pinch into the middle. Fluid missing out on that touch. Brian getting bumped as he plays that one. That's a dangerous touch there from DC. Mark is there for the shot, goes up for it. Zander with the save, the man who got the assist, and Vexel did find 2 goals in this game. 3 minutes left in this game. 5 still 3-1 on the scoreline. 2-0 in the game. Incendia up in all aspects. DC needing to make the save, which he does do well. Now trying to send it away, playing it into the middle where Vexel is waiting, gets the shot, and it was close. Mark nearly got the save, but 3-0 now. Vexel find himself with the hat-trick, and now Incendia are 3 goals to the good.
3 goals up. Vexel with hat-trick as well in this game. And Disconnected eSports, you know, we are missing those passive plays that Incendia Inferno are doing. Incendia just looks like a team much more than Disconnected. From Disconnected, it usually just comes from, you know, solo plays and hoping for the best. Well, we see Incendia Inferno with actually a game plan. Half time to go. Well, technically 3 goals are still possible, but not with the way Disconnected are playing. Yet another double commit coming out here. Zenma though, not the best hit. DC can still get it out though. It goes into the corner. DC leaves it for his team and send them 2 players on the backboard from Disconnected. A save forced here by Mark. And I see Brian, the best hit. Mark gets to his own backboard while we see Vexel there to get a hit. Mark off the sidewall again. Yet another double commit by the Disconnected side. Vexel tries to get a pass into the middle possibly. DC goes up for that. It will be Zenom in the end, getting the goal. No defender to be seen from Disconnected. And well, it's all falling apart there for Disconnected eSports Lambda.
4-0 in game 5. They are destroying Disconnected right now. I mean, Disconnected, they just seem like a disconnected team at this point. They're just putting pressure on themselves, faking out that kickoff, which was a well-worked routine, but Ryan didn't do much with it. He got a poor touch on that one. It is still in the half. DC missing out on that one. Vexel with the touch, DC with the flick. Zandam just waiting on the boost there, waiting to be able to attack this ball, which he can do now, but beaten out to it by Mark. 1 minute 35 seconds left in this game. Will we see a monstrous comeback here from Disconnected, or will Incendia just keep going as it is? It's always the question of whether Disconnected will come back and score X amount of goals. It's been the same case the whole of this series. Incendia have been the by far better team. By last game, they could be finding themselves with a fifth, but the save was made. I believe it was Ryan with yet another one in this game. 4 saves in this game. Could still be facing plenty more. Fluid missing out on that touch. Ball is there. Mark just own-goaling that one. I think they know it's all over. 5-0 with 1 minute left. Yeah. You've got to say it's game over. Incendia and Inferno have just played way too well.
Yeah, Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do think that he, you know, is a reason for more goals for Incendia Inferno than for his own team. And that is not really something you want to be known about, because, well, now you're 5-0 down. The last game of this series, 6-0 for Incendia Inferno, closing out this game with a bang. Of course, the first game, Incendia Inferno just dominated. For 3 games straight, they did it, and then Disconnected came back in game number 4 a little bit. But then, you know, here, what are we seeing? 6 goals for Incendia Inferno in game number 5. You know, it's all done and dusted in this game. Incendia Inferno shows why they should be in the grand final of Division 3, taking it up against Phoenix Inferno. 7 on the board. DC getting a goal as well, second for him. Vexel still with 4 goals. Oh my, this game, it has been just all Incendia Inferno, and looks like Disconnected kind of maybe, you know, disconnected from the game right now.
Yeah, honestly, truly, it's 7-0 now. I can't really say I've seen a scoreline this high before in ECC. This may well be the first. They're going to take the series 4-1, just like they took last series in the playoffs 4-1. They have made their way through the lower brackets. They've found themselves through the lower bracket final, beating the first place seed Disconnected eSports. And I tell you what, Incendia are not playing like a 4th seed team whatsoever. They are playing some extremely good Rocket League right now. They are playing much better than what anybody would have thought they would have. Ryan missing out on that touch. 7-0 on the scoreboard. Zandam looking to make it 8. Still though, 10 seconds left. 10 seconds before Incendia move up onto the grand final in Division 3 playoffs. And finally, when this ball drops, which I'm hoping it eventually will, Fluid still playing it up. 7-0 on the scoreboard, and it has dropped. Incendia, Inferno are through, and Disconnected are out.
Dominant performance by Incendia Inferno in the last game. 7 on the board against 0 of Disconnected eSports Lambda. Number 1 seed knocked out. It will be number 2 seed playing against the number 4 seed in Incendia Inferno in the grand final. And well, really good run here from Incendia Inferno. 2 series wins in a row. Of course, first they won against All Unified with a 4-1 in the first round of the losers bracket, and now they've just won also with a 4-1 actually against Disconnected eSports Lambda. So a really good run they're having so far, and they have to take it up against Phoenix Inferno in the grand final. And of course, that will be a 1-game advantage for Phoenix Inferno going into the grand final. That will be a really good series. Disconnected though, they got to prepare for next season, because this definitely did not look any bright. Of course, league play went quite well for them, and I don't really understand how, because well, what I've just seen on the field, it definitely did not really look like a team at all. And Incendia Inferno looked much more solid overall, and that's also why they get rewarded with a grand final place, also a Division 2 place for next season, of course. So, of course, Phoenix Inferno and Incendia Inferno, the 2 teams that will promote to Division 2 next season. But the question is, who will take the grand final of Division number 3?